All right, guys, a lot of you are requesting that I talk about Aqua Bounty. And about 15 hours ago, one of you, Hassan Donaldson, I'm going to read this comment here, okay? AQB, common stock offering, as I am sure you are aware, and they need about $175 million per farm. Looking forward to your new AQB video. I'm filming that right now. So here was my response. Ooh, I will get on this tomorrow. They did a similar offering in August, and the stock gapped down almost 25%. And just a little bit ago, before I started filming this, my comment here aged well. Yeesh. I will be talking about Aqua Bounty today. What happened? Guys, let's take a look at the chart really quick, okay? It doesn't look great today, right? It looks like we're down 17%. But from the high on the 9th, which was yesterday, of 1047, we dropped 30% at one point. From when this news came out, about 15 hours ago, the stock started to plummet. And at one point, it was down over 30% from that high of 1047. If we go back to the high of 11 something, I mean, it's even more drastic of a drop. Is the drop over? I don't know. There isn't much holding this support up for Aqua Bounty right now. But what happened? Let's talk about it real quick, okay? Aqua Bounty Technologies Incorporated and announces proposed public offering of common stock. So when that news came out, okay, the stock started to see some downward pressure, big downward pressure, okay? Now today, they actually told us what the public offering will be, a $56.7 million public offering of common stock. Now, if you watch my videos about Nano Dimension, you know that they've gone through a lot of offerings recently, but not public offerings. They've gone through direct offerings, and there's a big difference between these two. In the case of Nano Dimension, they've done direct offerings. Direct offerings, they enter into agreements, into contracts with institutions and other investors for a little bit of a discount on the share price. Now, what Aqua Bounty is doing, hey, there's 9 million more shares available essentially. That's like instant dilution for a stock. So there's no wonder it gapped down 30%, right? There's no wonder. It's a big drastic drop, but it makes sense, right? Because you're instantly diluting every single shareholder out there. That's what they've done. Now, they do need the money, as Hassan says, to build this farm in Kentucky. That's what that's what they're working on right now. In this case, I have no doubt they're going to use the money in a good way. But they did dilute shares. What they did was they offered 8.72 million shares of common stock of the company at the price of $6.50 per share. Aqua Bounty expects to receive $56.7 million in this offering. Now, there is a 30-day option for the underwriting company to purchase 1.3 million shares. So we've got to keep that in mind. That could be a potential catalyst here as well. Now, there's another prominent company that just did another public offering just the other day, Tesla. We went from a high of 604 to a low of 566 on Tesla. That was a big gap down as well, but definitely not as drastic. The reason this isn't as drastic of a situation for Tesla is because everybody and their mama wants to own some Tesla stock, right? Like, think about it. There's a big difference between Aqua Bounty and Tesla. Now, some of us think that Aqua Bounty is changing the world. They're the future of salmon, right? Like, it's sustainable farming of salmon. A lot of us think it's a big deal that this company is around. But everybody thinks Tesla's a big deal, right? Even the people that short this company know that Tesla's changing the world. Like, they just know it, right? There's no hiding that Tesla is doing something absolutely amazing. And they have other catalysts, right? The S&P 500 inclusion is coming up very soon on the 21st, right? So those are catalysts that are, yes, the stock's going to drop, but people are willing to buy it, and they're excited about buying Tesla on a red day, and then boom, it pops back up. It's already trading above that gap of 604. It's back up to 618. So it traded down, boom, popped right back up the next day. So in Aqua Bounty's case, what should we expect? I mean, this was a drastic drop. It was, like we just talked about, over a 30% drop in one day, and then it gapped down even more this morning, right? So 30% drop from here to here, and now it's starting to trade up. It has some decent buy volume today, And that's either people getting excited and buying this when it's low, thinking it's going to run back up to $10, or maybe the drop is over. Maybe we'll see something like similar to what we saw in August, where it just drops 25% and it recovers. Again, not a financial advisor, can't give you any advice, but I think the fall might be over, but I could be totally wrong. I think we'll see similar price action to what we saw in August. This is a $300 million company. It's not a $500 billion company like Tesla. But I think the company will do some good things with the cash. And I don't think this is a bad thing for the future of the company, but it is a bad thing in the short term for the shareholders, because it's like an instant dilution of shares, and it does tend to have huge downward pressure on the stock. There is a chance that it drops down below 650, because the next support line that I'm seeing is in the $6 to $6.15 range. If it drops below 650, it is likely to fall all the way down to $6.15 to $6 before recovering. So I'm going to be really interested to see if it can pop back above 750. I think that's going to be the next kind of like resistance that it hits. But again, I could be wrong. Let me know how you feel about Aqua Bounty and the public offering. How do you feel about it dropping 30% in one day? I mean, that was a drastic drop. Let me know. Are you hanging on? Did you already sell? I don't know. Like usually, like for me, one of the best things I learned in the market is to cut my losses quick, right? Now, with like a company like Nano Dimension, a lot of us are up so much, there aren't any losses to cut. I mean, the stock could be cut in half, and a lot of us are still up on that trade, right? And that's not the case for some of you. So, but when it comes to cutting my losses, like I'm trying to think of the last like big loss I took. Workhorse was a good example. I was buying Workhorse in the low $20 range, like way back before it fell back down to like the 17s. Okay. I lost about $500 on Workhorse on that trade, but I took that loss really quick. Okay, I cut my losses, right? At that point, I thought it was going to gap back up to that $30 range, and it didn't happen fast enough. It dropped. I lost $500, but I cut that loss. Okay, I would have lost more than that. For me, that money was more important for me to have available to swing trade instead of hold on, right? I could have held on for the last month and a half, 2 months. I don't even know how long it's been. And then it would have recovered and I would be broken even right now, right? But it was much more important for me to have that capital available, even though I lost $500. So you either have to be willing to hang on to an investment for a long time, as long as you believe in the company, or you have to be willing to cut your losses really quick. And I think that's one of the most important lessons I've learned as an investor / trader, is to just cut my losses, take your loss and move on. Because sometimes you have to do that to make your capital available for other things. You guys have to decide for yourselves what you want to do with Aqua Bounty based on all the information that's out there. I don't think this is a bad thing for the company. In the short term, it's put downward pressure on the stock. As we talk, it's even falling a little bit more. It's down at 707. I think if it again, it could get down to 650 relatively easily. I think it needs to break 750 for there to be any more upward mobility in this stock. Okay. And then the next resistance is at that 850 mark. Let me know what you guys are doing down in the comments. I am sorry if any of you lost money on this trade. It stinks. But again, there's not much propping this stock up right now, like in the case of Tesla. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down more. But you guys will definitely see more of me today. If you're available at, I think we scheduled it for 8 p.m. tonight. I'm going to do my first live stream. I'm super nervous about it. You guys better be nice to me. You better be nice. So, no, I'm serious. Like, we'll be interacting. Yeah, I'm going to interact with you guys, read the chat. It's going to be super, super fun. We'll probably sit down and talk for about a half an hour or so. And then, yeah, anybody who comments on that video over the next few days is going to be entered into a drawing to win $500 for 4 of you. So I'm giving away $2,000 as my thank you to you guys, pre-Christmas present kind of deal. So again, yeah, thank you. I think we're going to hit 17,000 subscribers today, which is absolutely crazy to me. So I'll see you guys again for another video. We're going to talk about a couple more stocks today, and then of course the live stream. So As always, if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.